If you've got a goal of falling asleep in 1 or 2 minutes and enjoying an uninterrupted night of deep, refreshing sleep, here is a step-by-step approach that some people who say they've tried everything else claim works for them. The first step is to create a quiet, sleepy atmosphere around 2 hours before bed. Dimming the lights and turning down or shutting out loud music or noise is a good start. The next step is to go through a regular wind-down routine a few minutes before bed. Perhaps give yourself a massage, or take 4 or 5 slow, deep breaths, and just slow everything down. Walk slowly. Talk slowly. Brush your hair or your teeth slowly. Put on your bedclothes slowly. Get into bed slowly. Do everything slowly. If possible, even think slowly. The next step is done after you make yourself comfortable and put your head on your pillow, ready to fall asleep. It should only take about a minute, but you can vary this. Think about all your body parts, one by one, from the various parts of your face, to your neck, to the parts of your torso, to your arms and hands, and finally to your legs and feet. As you go through each part, notice how relaxed that part is, and as you breathe slowly, how it can feel more comfortable. And as you do that, perhaps you can notice your heart rate slowing down, or a feeling that your blood pressure is lowering. As you think about the tension in and around your eyes. And now notice how relaxed they can become. And as you continue to breathe slowly, comfortably, you can notice the tension slowly dissolving as you think about your mouth and your jaw. And as you take another slow breath, slowly, comfortably, you can notice the tension dissolving as you think about your face and your neck. And as you take another slow breath, quite comfortably, you can notice the tension slowly diminishing as you think about the different parts of your torso, and one by one, your arms and your legs, your hands and your feet. And as you take another comfortable breath, you can notice a gradually increasing feeling of comfort in all these parts, and a gradually increasing feeling of comfort spreading throughout your whole body. The next step is to think about something you love for 30 seconds or so, and allow that feeling it gives you, and the sights, the sounds, the smells, the tastes, the touch, the temperature, and all the wonderful emotions that can come alive in so many different parts of your brain to spread throughout your mind and your body, and allow yourself to drift off. The next step is done just before you fall asleep. Gently remind yourself about your body's and your brain's impressive library of instinctual and learnt knowledge. This is a little like counting your blessings. In this step, you can go through, in no particular order, a few things your body does automatically, like control your heart rate, or breathing, or digest your food, or make your hair or nails grow, or repair injuries, or control all your organs, or slow down your metabolism when you're inactive for a while, and literally millions of other things. Or you can go through things you can do without thinking. Things like vocalizing thoughts, or talking, or singing, or walking, or running, or playing your favourite sport, or different sports, or reading, or writing, or riding a bike, or perhaps driving a car, and so many other examples where you can go into what is sometimes called an altered state, or a light, everyday trance, or sometimes quite a deep one, similar to when you fall asleep. And as you go through a few of these things, one by one, you can remind yourself about how you can just relax and let your body do them automatically. In fact, you can do most of them in your sleep. The last step is done just as you fall asleep. Notice how nothing is bothering you as you notice the deep feeling of relaxation that can start in your chest or in your mind as you breathe out. A feeling of weightlessness, or where your body or the whole world seems to disappear. A beautiful transition into a twilight world where time has no meaning, and you can feel like you're floating in space and time, floating wherever and whenever you like. Now, if you believe that dreaming or daydreaming can be useful, get comfortable. Close your eyes if you like. Take a few deep, slow breaths and let your mind wander wherever it likes, perhaps observing interesting colours or shapes or fleeting thoughts floating in and out of your head. Perhaps noticing random sounds around you, like clocks ticking, or dogs barking, or other animals, or birds, or perhaps cars, or airplanes, or people talking, or equipment humming, or noticing how nothing is bothering you as your breathing is now quite slow and comfortable. And as you do that, perhaps you can notice your heart rate has slowed down, or a feeling that your blood pressure has lowered, and your skeletal muscles are more relaxed, your facial muscles more smooth and relaxed, and your eyes and the muscles around them are feeling more relaxed, and how you are feeling more and more comfortable, and how this comfort is slowly increasing and spreading throughout your whole body. And as you continue to notice all these things, something that in the past may have been a distraction can now be reframed or rethought of as something useful and definitely unbothersome as you relax and allow your mind to use its skill to become focused and absorbed in so many different things at the same time. And you can consciously relax and allow your unconscious mind to perform a multitude of tasks, including controlling your breathing and your heart rate and your blood pressure and thousands, if not millions, of bodily and cellular functions, some hopefully appropriate to your goal. And as you continue to relax, more and more comfortable, and just watch whatever your mind is noticing, at the same time you can dream or daydream about what it would be like to achieve your goal, how good it would be, what it would feel like, and what it would look like. And what would you notice that was different about you? What would your friends notice? And what would they say? And as you continue to do that, you can remind yourself about some of the many skills you have that took years to master. Skills that you can do easily and automatically without concentrating. Things that you can do at an elite level almost unconsciously. Complex things that you can comfortably do and still do several other things at the same time. Things, amongst others, like using a computer, or a bike, or a car, or playing an instrument, or performing a sport, or reading an absorbing story, or listening to an educational lecture. And because of your mastery of these activities, you can, at the same time, have an intelligent conversation with someone, or notice many little things going on around you. Things that are not necessarily a distraction. You just have the capacity to notice them, possibly partly because your unconscious mind is automatically doing so many things for you, and partly because you have the capacity to consciously do so many other things at the same time. Now, one of the wonderful things about having a skill, and especially a big set of elite skills, is that you can relax and let your unconscious mind do the work, which allows for the very efficient use of energy and frees up your conscious mind to do more interesting things, like plan your next holiday, or perhaps something you'd like to achieve, as you just relax, become more and more comfortable, and notice once again how this comfort is slowly spreading throughout your whole body. And as you randomly think about one of your skills, like reading without even being conscious of how you do it, or playing an instrument quite automatically, or playing a sport, or riding a bike, or something else that was once very difficult, and doing that from memory, you can notice how now you can do that in a very comfortable state of mind, so much more easily. And as you do that, you can dream or daydream about achieving your goal, and how wonderful that will be, and how good it will feel to awake after a deep and refreshing sleep. And now, whenever you like, you can close your eyes and sleep all night without a care in the world, or you can snuggle up in your warm and comfortable bed and drift into a deeply refreshing sleep.